Okay, so while I'm just off camera a minute, I've just built this up a little bit more using extrude and insert edge loop, and you can see now that I've kind of got this draw already built. It's a basic level, but as you can see, it just sits flush with the actual chest of drawers here. So one thing you might want to do is to actually start to clean this up a little bit. So one of the ways is we can actually isolate the drawer. So if we select this tool here, don't do that, select it again, there we go. Make sure you've got the object you want to isolate selected. And I'm just going to clean this up. And I'll go through another video about this in a minute, but I wanted to show one tool, which is Target Weld. So if you've got the object selected and we go... Sorry. You can see here. There we go. Mesh Tools, Target Weld. It'll allow us to actually drag this tool and weld some of these bits together, so these vertices together. Now you ask, well, why can't we just leave it the other way? Well, yeah, but what's this line doing? I was always taught that make sure every line that you have in your model is supporting the model, is doing something. It isn't just sitting there for the fun of it. So that's the reason why we do this sort of cleanup, and we can use Target Weld to do this. Okay, we don't need that there. And we start to uncover some little problems which we can fix. Like that. So bring this all down. Oh, don't do that. And we've already started to really clean this up. One thing I would do is I'd delete that face there and this face here as well. Okay, and that will come apparent in a minute. Well, we can leave that in, that's fine. It's good supporting. Now, with another thing, what we can do is if we grab all the vertices. So I just went vertex, grabbed them all. What we can do is we can use something called merge verts. I just got to find it again. Merge. Now the reason why we do that is that any verts that's sitting on top of each other will come under the poly count, and that's bad. That's a bad thing. We don't want that to happen. So I'm just going to delete the history again. And you can see we've already started to get this kind of like draw shape quite quickly. So what I would do is, let me just freeze that out as well. So always check to make sure your verts are merged. So that was under Edit Mesh, Merge. We can also merge verts to the center. So we could say take these two vertices and merge them to the center. Obviously it's not what we want it to do, but that is another tool that you can use to do that. So the other tool I was going to cover in this video was the bevel, and the reason why we did the clean it up was because bevels don't like triangles that much. The beveling tool doesn't. So let's see if this works. So I'm going to grab these three edges, and we're going to go to Mesh Tool. It's not there, it's under Edit Mesh, sorry, and click here. And now what that's done is it's beveled the edge. And we can change the size of the bevel by just left clicking on the name, and we have a drag tool, or we could just type in 0.4 or 0.3 all the way down to 0.1. Now if you look at anything that you're modeling, it'll have a slight bevel on the edge. Okay, because here it's soft edge. Okay, so we have to simulate that in here. Now we could add another segment into it. Okay, and if we get rid of this white, you can see now that you're starting to get that kind of nice soft edge here. Now, that's fine. No, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to. Okay, I'll show you that tool in a minute, but we start to get this nice soft edge on it. Okay, and yeah, okay, the poly count's gone up a little bit because of that, but you start to get a more softer edge, and it's not this like harsh 90 degrees that you see here. It's actually what you would see in real life, this kind of small little bevel. Now, some things are 90 degrees and we can't get away from that, but most of the time we fake it by using a bevel inside of 3D. Now, all these tools can be found under this modeling toolkit here. So any tool that you use, you'll find it under here as well. So you have this menu, you have marking menus, and you also have the modeling toolkit as well. To cancel a tool, remember it's Q to cancel it.